In this video, I'll be talking about projectile motion on an inclined plane. Projectile motion on an inclined plane. So let us have the diagrams. Suppose that this is the horizontal, this is the inclined plane which has inclination beta. Suppose that inclined plane, suppose that a particle is projected at an angle alpha from the horizontal. So this total angle is alpha with velocity u. So obviously you are seeing that it will do certain projectile motion like this, and it will be striking somewhere on inclined plane here. So this time this will be the generated range r. Of course, time of flight will be the time taken from reaching point A to point B. This will be time of flight, capital T, and then this is going to be the maximum height achieved by the particle from the inclined plane, right? So we wanted to achieve all three parameters: h, time of flight, and range. So one more thing I can say here, that this angle is beta, this angle is total alpha, so this angle will be alpha minus beta, correct? Now what I can do, I can select the axis. So obviously I can do this, and I can take this axis. One is vertical axis, this is my y axis this time, and this is my x axis this time. As this angle is beta, so this angle will be how much? So this is g. So what I can see, this is beta, this is 90 minus beta, so this will be beta, correct? So we can have the components of g, which are two components along y and x axis. So this will be g cos beta, and this is g sine. So this is cos, not this is cos beta, and this is g sine beta. And here along this axis, x axis, the value of u, this u will become u cos alpha minus beta, which is nothing as ux. And of course along y axis, uy is equal to u sine alpha minus beta, right? So let me tell you why I am writing this as this is my initial u. So this angle is alpha minus beta for me. So obviously along this axis, this will be u cos alpha minus beta, and obviously perpendicular to this axis will be u sine alpha minus beta, correct? So yeah, if you are clear up to this point, then question is pretty simple. How? Now you have to simply see this particle is actually, there are two components along the plane, one, and perpendicular to the plane. So particle is going up because of the perpendicular plane, right? A perpendicular component. Particle is going upwards as it has uy velocity, right? So we can use v is equal to u plus at, but along y direction. So now what I'm taking, I'm seeing this is the y direction. So taking this direction as positive, I can write vy will be finally at certain point, this vy will be 0. uy is u sine alpha minus beta, and of course ay is of course minus g cos beta. Obviously it is downwards, so we can write 0 is equal to u sine alpha minus beta minus or plus minus g cos beta into t. So from here I can say t is equal to u sin alpha minus beta upon g cos beta, correct? That is going to be the value of t. But this is not your time period or time of flight, I should say, because this is just time in reaching up to the point L, right? So this is just half of the value. Then this particle has to come back also. That means this particular value should also be there. Okay, so I'm just drawing with a different color. One is with red, that time I have generated, and one is with green, blue. So this time will also be t, and this time we already got, which is small t, right? So if you get it, then just you have to multiply this small t with 2 because it will take same time in coming down, so same time t in coming down as acceleration or retardation is same. So I can say t is equal to 2 into t, which is 2u sine alpha minus beta by g cos beta. This is going to be your time of flight, right? Now for the maximum height, what you can do, for the maximum height, h, you can apply vy square is equal to uy square plus 2ay into sy. So I'm applying for y direction. So pretty interestingly, you know that vy is going to be 0, uy is going to be, as we have decided, u sine alpha minus beta because of the components, and ay is nothing else minus g cos beta. So we can substitute 0 is equal to u, or here let us write this value uy plus 2ay sy. So sy is going to be uy square upon minus 2ay. Now here sy is h, uy is u sine alpha minus beta whole square divided by minus of minus g cos beta. So we achieve here finally u square sine square alpha minus beta upon g cos beta, which is going to be the value of h, right? So this is going to be the value of h. That's how we calculate the value of maximum height in projectile motion. And of course for the range, now we can apply so let us remove this. So as we know, this time I am applying in x direction, right? Because range is the horizontal distance, this one, along the plane. So in x direction we can apply sx is equal to ux into capital T. How much time it took? Capital T plus half a, so ax into capital T square. Now everything is known. What sx is going to be the range, taking this direction as positive direction. Of course ax is going to be minus g sine beta, and t we already calculated, 2u sine alpha minus beta by g cos beta. So we can substitute these values. So r is going to be ux, so ux is u cos alpha minus beta into t. T is going to be 2u sine alpha minus beta upon g cos beta, and of course plus half a is minus g sin beta into capital T square is 4 u square sin square alpha minus beta upon g square cos square beta. Correct? Now we have to just simplify these values. So let us remove all this. So this is going to be r, which is equal to, so here this is 2 u square sin alpha minus beta cos alpha minus beta by g cos beta minus, so there is one g which is cancelled out, there is a 2, this is 2u square, and I can write minus 2u square sin beta into sin square alpha minus beta upon, this is g cos square beta. Right, now we can take common. What is common? So 2u square is common. We can take sin alpha minus beta also common, so this is common, upon g cos beta is also common, which is total common. Now this is going to be, so 2u square alpha minus beta, so this is inside remaining cos alpha minus beta only, and minus I am remaining with inside, so there is one sin beta term, and divided by there is only cos beta term. Check whether something left. Yes, of course there is one sin alpha minus beta is also remaining, so this is going to be the remaining term. So let us rewrite it. So 2u square sin alpha minus beta upon g cos beta. Now take LCM, so this is cos beta, this is cos beta cos alpha minus beta minus sin beta sin alpha minus beta. Right, so now we can remove this segment here, which we don't need now, this diagram anymore. So I know that sin or cos a plus b, cos a plus b is cos a cos b minus sin a sin b only, right? This is true. So clearly you can match this thing. This is cos a cos b minus sin a sin b. That means this will be simply r. I can apply this formula. So 2u square sin alpha minus beta upon g cos beta, and of course there is another cos beta, so g into cos beta, and inside term can be written as cos beta plus alpha minus beta. So this beta is cancelled out, so I achieved r is equal to 2u square cos alpha into sin alpha minus beta upon g cos square beta. This is going to be the value of range. Okay, so that's how we achieved all the formula. I would suggest you here, don't remember all the formula, you need to understand the process. Okay, process is more important. How did I solve all these values like r, h and time? So conceptual understanding is pretty important, because in exam you cannot have such time to drive the expressions, right? So I believe you got all this point of projectile motion, and you'll be able to solve in your question paper in NEET. Okay, yeah.